Hey everyone, welcome to Deep Fit. You have made it to week 4 and we are in our legs and back day. I have a smaller box. Anything that you have will work. You don't even have to have a box. You can do marches. I have a kettlebell. You don't need a kettlebell, just a dumbbell would be great. We're going to be on a timer. If you have access to a bar, I am going to be doing dead hangs. If you don't have a bar, I will show you what to do instead. Also a wall. We're going to be doing some wall sits. So we're going to start with getting our back into our back and shoulders into some good mobility and stretch work. Super duper important just to be mobile, getting our arms up overhead. And actually, one of the best and least intrusive ways of doing that is to start with your child's pose. Because here we go. You're sitting back on your heels, but then guess where those arms go? Way up overhead, but they have the ability to rest. So you actually don't have to lift them up in the air. But you should be able to continue with this stretch, with this pose, with this place of being once you sit up. So we're going to be getting our arms up overhead today. If that does not feel good for you or your body, you can go unweighted, but still go through the motions, keeping that shoulder mobility and the ability to get your arms safely up overhead. Take a couple deep breaths. And then we're going to take one arm and place it behind a little reach. So you're getting a little more pressure and stretch into that front arm. Then switch to the other side. Twisting is also amazing. Keeping the back mobile. And then come back. Okay, now another way of getting your arms up overhead is through a downward facing dog. So big hands, push into that thumb and first finger, and then try your best to slide your chest back toward your thighs. So if you find that you have really tight hamstrings, go ahead and bend your knees. Grab your core, push your chest tight toward your thighs. Take a few deep breaths here, slide your shoulder blades down, and then if you find that you can, slowly drop your heels. You can even pedal both heels together, letting your knees bend and then straighten, or you can go one at a time. But eventually your downward facing dog should be a rest pose. So when we do interim days where we throw in a little in between, this should be a nice resting pose. Should feel amazing. Slide those shoulder blades down a little more. Grab tight through the abdomen. Maybe let your shoulders kind of drop, pedaling those one and then the other. Good job. All right. Settle here. Just take a couple deep breaths. Feel the shoulder blades drop. Feel the neck and shoulders relax, and the upper back is taking the load. Let's walk our hands back to the feet. If you need to take a knee bend to get back there, that's totally fine. Inhale, bring your arms way up overhead. Grab your left wrist and pull to the right. Come back to the middle. Grab your right wrist and pull to the left. Interlace your hands, bring them down behind your head. Open the elbows and the chest. So part of getting your arms up overhead and possibly feeling tight can be as a result of a very tight chest. So a lot of things we do during the day are rounded forward, putting emphasis and effort in front of us. So we need to get the chest open, get the shoulder blades pulled together. And what we're going to do here is just a body weight good morning. So traditionally, good morning has a barbell on your back and you hinge forward. So just like with our deadlift, we're going to hinge forward, but we're going to keep our arms behind our head, keeping your back nice and flat, long, extending the back of the head away from the hips. Feel lots of grip through your feet, your big toe ball mound, the base of your heel, and then the pinky toe. See if you can be even. See if you can allow that arch to help support you. Then flexion all up through those calves, your anterior tibialis, your quads, your hamstrings. Hinge forward using the core to support your upper body, and then flex those glutes at the top. Your core has to be flexed and firm. You can feel it here so that we don't lose That positioning in the back. Open the chest, lengthen the shoulders away from the hips. We're going to go 5 more. Grab, 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 tighten around. 3. Feel that hamstring stretch and open. 2. And 1. Okay, take a little wider base of support. Keep your arms here for now. Bend your knees a little more. Hinge forward so you have a squat. And then we're going to rotate. And rotate. Oh, feels really good on the back. Trying to keep those hips pretty stable. So again, notice what's going on with your foot. Connection with the ground. 1 more each direction. And then we're going to go ahead and drop the hands down. Sink the hips. Plant your hand. Rotate. Drop your hand. Sink the hips. Rotate. All right. Go ahead and bring your body up. We're going to get started. So our first set is going to be, we're going to be on a 1-minute timer, but a couple things. We're going to get 2 rounds through. So we're going to sit on the wall and slide our arms up and down for mobility there. I'm going to go unweighted. If you want to add weights, feel free, but we're just going to really focus on flexion and contraction, holding those arms really steady and stable, and using the back to slide the arms up and down, using the wall for a guide. Then we're going to do a figure 4 squat, so working on balance. That's going to get us into the legs. I'm also going to go unweighted for that. Then we're going to do our dead hang. I will show you, if you do not have a bar, what I want you to do is come into a tabletop position with your legs, grab a weight, flex that core, and then you're going to bring your bell behind and hold, right? Just your dumbbell or your kettlebell, bring it behind and hold an isometric flexion whenever you feel the contraction in your upper back. So we want to try to get the arms overhead, behind, up ahead, or up over the shoulders from the floor, but you'll feel that isometric flex in your upper back, just like I will on the bar. And then I'm going to be holding the kettlebell overhead, and I'm going to be working on an overhead step. So I'm going to be using the right arm for a full minute, stepping up and down. I will not be able to sustain my 26 point whatever for the whole minute. So once I get tired, once my shoulder deteriorates in a healthy way, I'm going to drop down and wrap at my shoulder. Okay, so we're going to start in our wall sit. Ready, set, and go. Sit with me on your wall. We want a 90-degree angle in our knees, finding your core, pushing and gripping evenly into those legs. Elbows are on the wall. We're going to slide up. So the goal here is to take a lot of time on our slide, on the shoulders, on the back. So depending on your mobility in your thoracic spine, that's the mid back. This is going to be tough. And it's actually tough. So we're getting the legs, sneaking the legs in. This is a double duty set. But it's crazy that even without weight, because of the move, because of our lack of just putting arms and self into this motion, throughout the day, it can be so difficult. So my arms, my elbows are flaring forward. I got to keep them back on the wall. So there's our first minute. Keep going. Find your core. See if you can push your low back into the wall. There's a lot of core going on here, especially pressing overhead. Keep those thighs on. Lots and lots and lots of flexion. Open elbows, strong core. Slide up nice and slow. Lots of shake going on. Building that mobility and ability. You got it. Belly locks, hold strong. Keep that slide. Oh. Woo. Feel the shake. That left arm, my weaker side, I can definitely feel it. Time. Okay, straight in, we're going to go into our figure 4 squat. So right foot on the ground, left foot crosses over, squat and lift. We want to find that unbalanced and have to work against it. So let those arms fly around, have fun with it, burn into that single leg, flex your crossed over foot, and as you sit, keep the belly locked and strong. Find your attachment of the foot to the ground. Keep your neck relaxed. And then just have fun with it. Try to relax your toes. Sometimes we grip a bunch into the toes. What's going on with your pelvis? And switch. Find that new balance, that new support. Sink and flex it up. Good job. Sink, flex. Next up, we have our dead hang or your overhead isometric hold. You've got it. Belly button pulls back. Flex into that upper back. Hold everything strong and together. Butt goes back. Drops down. Knee lines with the toe. Our dead hang is next. Woo! Release that grip of the toes. But let that musculature of the whole leg hold and pull you together. All right, here we go. Locked core. Flexing into our upper back. So, dead hang is also a longevity test. Health, aging healthily, aging well. Being able to support your body weight with your arms and upper back. Such a different kind of feel of getting that overhead though. Flex into that upper back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, getting that overhead hold. Tighten up into the core. So this is balance for sure. I'm going to step right, left. So if your right arm's holding the weight, you're going to step with your right leg first. Huge amount of core here. And a lot of back. And of course, we're getting our legs. Just hold overhead as long as you can. I'll kind of call out, we just passed 30 seconds. So you know how long maybe you can hold one side compared to the other. Keep that wrist nice and strong. Try not to let it buckle back. Oh, I made it. Other side. Push it up, tuck that wrist. All right, weaker side, but maybe we've been working out some of the discrepancies, some of the kinks. It's interesting too sometimes on your weaker side, so the extremities may be weaker, but I have also found sometimes I can put more focus and require more recruitment and flex through the stability muscles. My core, my upper back. All right, we're back to our wall sit after this. 7 seconds. I didn't do a good job keeping track of our time. I did not anticipate being able to hold that for the whole minute, so that makes me very happy. Okay, back into our wall sit. Belly pulls back. Slide up. If you want to hold at a position, that's fine too. 2 minutes here, don't forget. Feel what's going on. Whew. There's 1 minute. Arms are shaking. Crazy, crazy. Make sure that you keep those legs lined up, knees and toes. Find your thighs, find your glutes. Don't just rely on the quads, which if you're like me, the quads are still talking anyway from our leg day, first leg day. Whew. Keeping that core strong. Time. Whew. All right. Shake it off. Holy. Okay, finding that figure 4. Sink in. If your preference is an isometric hold, go for it. Personally, I think those are much more difficult. Keep that knee open wide, dropping down, building balance and stability and strength all along the way. Time. Other side. Woo! Lost it. Good work. Dead hangs are next. Sit back and down. Use that core. 5 seconds. Time. All right, back to that hang or your overhead iso. This is also good for grip. Sometimes I find that we get concerned about or focused on the fact that our hands hurt, our grip hurts, our forearms are tired, but having good grip is also extremely important. Keep that upper back flexed, your belly flexed, kind of even having fun seeing how my hips want to rotate. You can find out a lot here in a hang. How does the body shift or adjust, or where does it go when it's in that hang position. All right, I'm going to start on my left side this time. Press up overhead, lock into that upper back. Maybe you can even step without looking at what's going on. And if you don't have the box, remember you're just marching. Trying not to lift up through my neck and shoulder, but engage my back, retracting the scapula, hoping I'm getting all the way on my box, listening to the body. Time. Right arm up, right leg steps first. I'm asymmetrically loaded here, right? So trying not to tilt up and away from my load, but just trying to stay stable and steady. Tuck the hips under, back to the wall. Last set through. This one's the toughest. It's also the longest, so maybe that's part of it. Are you getting the back of the head on the wall? That's another goal. Oh. Oh. This one burns. This one builds the sweat. Holy cow. 20 seconds to go. 10 seconds. Time. Oh, man. All right. Good job. Now, you get to find that balance that we're fried. My upper back is definitely on fire. I hope yours is too. I hope you're feeling that flexion, something that you never would have thought would activate so much through the back and shoulders. What's going on with that foot? Finding those four corners. Your flexed left thigh and foot. Time. Other side. Flexing back. Can you do a couple of these during the day? In the middle of your work day, in the middle of your whatever day, mom day, dad day, grandma day. Fidget a little, stand up, sit down, roll your head, open the chest. Ooh. Get some back extension. Movement. Find it somewhere. Get it. Combine it. Dead hang. Combine it with our focused movements here. 5 purposeful workouts per week. Making sure to get your heart rate up throughout. Here and there, different levels of intensity. Different levels of burn and fatigue and drive. Keep your purpose in mind, your why, your reason. Why does it matter? Why do you want to keep holding? 10 seconds. Hold that wall, hold that bar, hold that flex. 3, 2, and 1. All right, back to our overhead march. Right arm up, so right leg steps first if you're marching. It's not going to feel quite as different, but that's okay. Meaning left or right leg first. Focus that low belly. Contract, contract. Grab. Remember, we're not just getting through the motions. We're in charge of what's going on, how we're getting there, what the move is. Time. That core and glute connection, flexion, keeps that back from compressing. We need to make sure we're watching that, staying in control and targeted to where we want to put the work. Watching the knees. Whew. All right, we made it. Okay, we're going to start back with our down dog. For stretch. So, get those hips up and back. Start with your knees bent. Really push your chest back to your thighs. Relax in the neck and the shoulders. But engage that upper back. Pull your elbows back to your toes. Straighten your legs. All right, let's bring that left leg forward. Keep your right leg back. Drop in nice and deep. Release your knee and toe. Then bring your left arm up and circle around, open through that chest. So let your left arm pull behind, your thumb is facing up, both shoulders are rolling back, opening the chest. And then slide back forward and stretch that hamstring. I hope you're getting your breath work every day. I know things get crazy and chaotic, trust me. I know. You'll be surprised how some of the chaos goes away. Switch sides. How some of the crazy list becomes a little more manageable. And your priorities, at least for me, my priorities are a little bit more obvious once I've stopped taking some time, focus on the breath. Not as many things are as pressing, and it's amazing. And then circle back around. Okay, pull your left leg in. We're going to do our Z-sit, left leg in, right leg out. Let that right hip relax and open. We're going to start with hands in the front. Take a deep inhale, lift the chest, exhale, roll forward. And then you're going to bring your left hand back outside of your left thigh. Inhale, bring your right arm up. Big inhale. Exhale, curl under. Let that arm reach. And then we'll do the other side. Bringing your right leg in and your left leg back. Plant your right hand. Relax in the left hip. Bring your hands forward. Big inhale. Exhale. And hold. Walk yourself back up. Right hand plants outside your right thigh. Inhale, bring your left arm up. And then exhale, tuck under. Keep giving back to you. Keep developing quality of life, enough output, enough rest and recovery back. Watch your sleep, your water, fruits and veggies. Get your early morning sunlight. Smile a few times throughout the day. All right. Thank you as always. I'll see you again very shortly.